Well, it was a great win for us, and our guys played their hearts out. Very proud of them. I thought Clemson played fantastic in like the first 10 minutes, and we had to make several adjustments. Our guys did it. We started to clear a whole side of the court to give Isaiah Wong and Cam Auguste a chance to attack, because with the pressure, we couldn't make any passes. We couldn't dribble handoff, which we like to do, and we did against them very effectively the last time. I just told the guys, forget the handoffs, forget running offense, and just attack their guards. And their guards are very good at pressuring, but when you clear a whole side, it gives Isaiah and Cam a chance to do what they do really well, and that's basically just play one-on-one. And then as we started to score, our defense improved, and it was a really close game at the half. It was a close game throughout, and we were fortunate enough to finish. We made a couple of critical errors. I did. I ran the wrong press breaker and the wrong sideline out of bounds, and it cost us 2 turnovers. But thank goodness our players were able to recover from it.
And our first question comes from Steve Wine.
Jim, congratulations. You've won a lot of games, 200 now at Miami, in fact. I heard he's back as a lesson for you with what had happened previously this season.
All right, Steve, you're going to have to repeat. I only heard about a third of your words.
You've won a lot of games in your career. I'm just wondering how these 2 victories in a 24-hour period, barely, with everything this team has been through this season, where this ranks for you.
Well, first of all, every season is special. And this group of players have been through so much adversity, so many injuries, so many close losses. But in practice, the last 3 weeks, we've had tremendous energy. The attitudes have been great. The guys are having fun. They're enjoying playing with each other. And I think they're enjoying that, hey, I don't come out. I get to play like the whole game. And so they keep plugging away. I'm very, very happy. This is 3 in a row. Boston College at home, and then Pittsburgh, and now Clemson. You know, who knows what will happen, but we're enjoying this journey in the ACC tournament.
And our next question comes from Michelle Kaufman.
Hey, Jim, congratulations. You still have the same number of guys as you've had in recent months, and there was always this concern of they're tired, they can't finish out the game because they're tired at the end. Where are these legs coming from? Did you replace their legs when you went to the ACC tournament? I mean, these are the same guys with the same legs. Where is all this energy coming from to finish the games now?
You want to hear a crazy thing that I believe? I think it's Rodney Miller, Earl Timberlake, Harlan Beverly, Philip Gogos. The guys on the bench are cheering so loud for their teammates. They're just in their heads all the time, pumping them up. Every time out, they're up there high-fiving. And I think our players are just playing off of that enthusiasm and energy that the guys on the bench are bringing. I mean, Rodney in the locker room right now, pumping his banging his fist against his chest, and the other guys as well. So, you know, you got to give credit. We always talk about commitment, and commitment has 4 levels: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And spiritual is about team spirit, that we're all in this together. And if you saw the enthusiasm on the sideline and the team spirit of guys pumping each other up at every time out, you don't want to let your teammates down. And I think those guys, they're probably exhausted. They're playing on fumes, but they have all season long, and they keep rallying because they're happy and they're excited and they just want to keep playing.
And where's the bench not cheering as much during the regular season? Is this a new phenomenon?
Well, I would say we didn't give them enough to cheer for, and the injured guys were oftentimes not even there. You know, Rodney had surgery. Like, we don't have 2 of the injured guys now. Sam Wardenberg had surgery again to take the pins out of his foot. Chris Likes is still rehabbing his ankles, and he's got academic work to accomplish. So we really have a shortened bench again, but those guys are doing a great job. And it doesn't do any good if they cheer their teammates on if their teammates don't respond. So look at the job that Dan Gack did today, blocking shots, getting 2 dunks, getting 5 rebounds, or was it 5 rebounds?
7 rebounds.
7 rebounds.
Oh, no, not 7. 4, sorry.
I thought it was 5. But, he had 5 rebounds in 8 minutes yesterday. So when you have guys who just step up and just add an additional dimension to your team, that's really good.
And our next question comes from David Ferones.
Hey, Coach, congratulations again. On that same note, regarding the energy, your thoughts on now potentially a fatigue factor as you go deeper into this tournament, especially playing every day, which is not normal, under the regular season schedule, and at the minutes that these guys are playing now, as you'll face a team that had a double bye, or can this team just keep plugging away the way it has been?
What do you think? You want me to rest them? I have to put in Chris Caputo and Bill Courtney and Adam Fisher. No, they love playing basketball. They'll give it their best effort. I'm not going to worry about fatigue. They've been out there every game giving it their all, and whatever happens, happens. So, we're just excited about playing tomorrow.
And our next question comes from Danny Thompson.
Coach Danny Thompson with the 3-point conversion. After the game was tied right around the 10-minute mark, Isaiah scored 8 of the final 17 points of the game. At what point did you know that he was special enough to take games over down the stretch for this basketball club?
Honestly, when I saw him in high school, the way he scored the ball, when he played at the NBA Top 100 camp, he led the camp in free throws. Look at his free throw numbers compared to everybody else in the league. He's a tremendous free throw shooter. He's very good at driving and making an assortment of layups and acrobatic shots. The area of his game he needed to give some attention to was his 3-point shot. I don't know this for sure, but check. I think he's made more threes than any player in the ACC. Anybody know that? I think he's played more minutes than anybody. I think he's made more threes than anybody. Is that true or not? Steve, you know the answer to that?
Not sure whether that's correct.
Okay, so I'm exaggerating. Who cares? The guy is a terrific player.
And our next question comes from Dan Tortora.
Coach, just what you could say about the way that this season has gone and everything that you've been through, that you get to 200 in this way, seeing the team with literally almost no bench get you to the next round of the ACC tournament, just how sweet number 200 is, knowing that it's coming from these guys at this time in this situation.
Yeah, well, as I said, I'm just very proud of them. Every young man goes through college differently. They're all on their own journey. They have their ups and downs. There's always adversity, and there's always things that you don't control. You have no control over. And what we try to do, my coaches do a fantastic job with this, is just try to let our players know, hey, this is what life is all about. When you graduate from Miami and move on, you're going to have adversity. You're going to have bills to pay. You're going to have a family that you're going to want to have a great relationship with, and you're going to be concerned about your children. The adversity we went through this year will only make our players stronger in the long run, because they'll know, hey, they can overcome it. They can keep striving to be better. And this tournament is a good example of, hey, pulling together and getting some critical victories so that you just feel good about yourself.
Our next question comes from Chris Stock.
You touched on the confidence of your team, just feeling good about yourself just now. Just going into that next one against Georgia Tech, that's one that obviously didn't go well for you guys last time. But, avenging the 2 losses against Clemson, do you feel like this team is gaining confidence each game here?
Oh, I think our confidence is as high as it's been at any point in the season. But Georgia Tech is a great team. They're an NCAA tournament team. They got the player of the year in Moses Wright. They got the defensive player of the year in Jose Alvarado. They got Michael Duveau, who's a tremendous scorer at the two-guard position. So they present a lot different problems for us than our first two opponents.
We have time for a couple more questions. The next one coming from Chris Heidel.
Hey, Coach Jim, congratulations on winning your 200th game this afternoon. Playing against Georgia Tech for probably the third time this season, how difficult is it to play somebody 3 times in 1 year?
I think we've only played them once so far.
Once?
This will be twice.
Okay.
And they crushed us. We played terrible. They played really well. We're going to have to do a much better job tomorrow than we did at our place a month ago.
Thanks, Jim.
And our next question comes from Kenneth Cross.
Hey, Coach, congratulations. Talk a little bit about when you cleared those sides out for the guards, Isaiah Wong and Elijah and Cam McGusty, their creativity and proliferating numbers that you had 40 points in the paint, 54% shooting on the afternoon.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, we've been shooting the ball so badly all year long. And now to have Cam, and now I will be, look back on it, Cam was not 100% for a very long time. He missed 7 games. He had a pulled hamstring. He was not in great shape when he came back. He needed time to play not 1 or 2 games, but, a dozen games to get himself back confident and shooting the ball well. And then Isaiah, he's had to make the adjustment of being our 2-guard and our leading scorer to being our point guard and getting other guys involved. And then Elijah, he's been our best defensive player. We put him on whoever's got the hot hand, and he normally can cool them off. So those guys have really found a good rhythm with each other. And part of it is they're being asked to play all 3 positions. Isaiah will start at the point, then Cam will go to the point, then Elijah will play some at the point. And they're very, very comfortable and confident with each other and playing multiple positions.
Thanks, Coach.
And our final question comes from Ken Segura.
Jim, just for information, Isaiah, he's close to minutes in three-pointers, but he's not quite at the top, though. I think he's second in minutes. So he's second in minutes played in the regular season.
Cumulative minutes?
Pardon?
Total minutes played?
Right, yeah. He's behind Prentice Hub.
Oh, Prentice Hub is first?
Yeah, at least in all games. I don't know if that's – I don't know about a conference game.
Oh, no, conference games as well.
Okay, then he probably is. I'll have to go back and check.
Because we played more games than them, I think. How many games did Notre Dame play?
Let's see. I believe they played as –
Hub's got him by 5 minutes in the conference games.
Yeah. Okay. So
but anyway.
I was off by 5 minutes.
All right. You've been in a situation on the other side of things where you've had the double bye. Can you just speak a little bit to the advantage that is and kind of how you counter that, tonight?
Well, obviously the double bye means you didn't play for 2 days, and they'll have to prepare for us starting now. Now that Georgia Tech knows they're playing Miami, they'll go back and look at the tape from the first game, what worked well and what didn't. Josh has his team playing at a high level, and my staff and I will go back. We'll meet tonight at 6 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock now, so this is going to be the last question I answer. And then I'm going to go get my COVID test, and I'm going to start preparing for Georgia Tech. But they're an outstanding team, and I think having the double bye certainly helps because you got to win 3 games to win the title instead of 5.